Welcome to Beginner's Guide. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to create these profile cards using HTML and CSS. So before we begin, don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel. If you can notice one thing, in this profile card we have got 4 images together with the icons for each of these images. So to design this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code. Inside the Visual Studio Code, there is a folder name called profile card. Within the folder I have got 4 images, these 4 images that I'm going to use, and followed by index.html and style.css. Both they are empty, there is nothing inside. So let me create this index.html. Let me create the basic HTML. So this is a basic HTML now. So here I'm going to change the title, and then in the actual design, if you can notice, there is icons here. I'm sure that you know how to bring these icons into your HTML document. I'm going to the Font Awesome website. I'm going to my account there. I'm trying to copy the CDN for the Font Awesome. Let me click there. So down there, this is a link for the Font Awesome CDN. Let me copy this one, come back to your HTML document and paste them here. Then what is next? I want to link this style.css with my index.html. For that, I'm going to do, maybe before the head section, I'm going to type link, then select the CSS. Now this style.css file is being linked with index.html. Let me save, and let me go to my actual design. As you can see them here, what is there? There is a heading. It was written meet our team, then followed by these profile cards. So in order to bring this heading, what I'm going to do, in my HTML document, in the body section, I'm going to create the class name. Maybe let's say head. Here I'm going to call my heading, maybe let's say h1. The name of the heading is meet our team. That's the first heading. Then from here I'm going to create the div with a class name called container. So this container is going to have another div with a class name called image. Within this image class, I'm going to have the image that I am going to use for that profile card. So in order to use the image, I'm going to use the tag name as image source, the name of the image. Let me say the first image that I want to use them is image1.jpg. Now my first image is being included into my web page. Then from there, what is there? Each of these images has got the icons. So in order to bring these icons, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another div with a class name called icons. Within this div class, I'm going to use all those icons that I want them to be displayed in this profile card. So what I'm going to do here, maybe I'm going to create the anchor tag. There are about 4 icons. So I'm going to create 4 anchor tags. I'm just going to use hash. Let me save. So within this anchor tag, now I need to bring the icons. So if you go there, what is the first icon? Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp and Instagram. So I'm going to my Font Awesome website there. I'm going up there, I'm going to type the search icon there. I'm going to type Twitter, hit enter there. So this is the icons for the Twitter. Let me select the first one. So here is the code for the Twitter icon. Let me copy. Coming to my HTML document, let me paste them in the first anchor tag. So this is the icon for the Twitter. So what I'm going to do, let me copy this one, paste them everywhere. So the second one is gonna be the Facebook. The third one is gonna be the WhatsApp. The final one is gonna be the Instagram. Okay, then what else is there in the actual design? There is a name together with their positions. So in order to bring this name and together with their positions, what I'm going to do, I'm going to my HTML document. I'm going to create another one div with a class name called, let's say, maybe description. Here I need to have 2 things. First one is the name of the person. So let me create the heading, maybe the name of the person. What is the first name of the person? Is a Nancy. So let me say Nancy together with the position. So let me have the paragraph tag. What is the first person position? Is a software engineer. So I'm gonna type software engineer. That's all. Let me save and open with my browser. Here we go. There is a heading together with the image, so don't worry about the image size. It's too big, but we can make it smaller with the help of CSS, and followed by the 4 icons that we need together with the name of the person and their positions. So what I'm going to do, I need to make the same for the rest of the people. So there are about 4 people. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this part and then I'm going to paste them 4 times, another 3 times actually, because there are about 4 people. So let me copy and paste them 3 times, 1 2 3. So here I'm going to just change the name of the image and the description. So this one is gonna be the image 2. So maybe here the name of the person is Andrew, is the second name person, and the position is app developer. And then I'm coming down there. Here the image that I'm gonna use, the image number is image number 3. The name of the person is Stella and her position is UI designer. Then the final one, the name of the person is Ranjan and he is a project manager. Let me save and refresh my browser there so that we can able to see the 4 people details. So this is for the first person. Don't worry about the size of the image, we can work on that one. So the second person is here, Andrew is an app developer. Third person is there, name is Stella, UI designer. The fourth person name is, I'm sure that the picture, we didn't change the name of the picture, so let me go there. So here image is 4. When I refresh there, you will see the changes in the pictures. So this guy, the name is Ranjan and he is a project manager. I think that's all about HTML. What is remaining is to style this part. So in order to style this part, what I'm going to do, I'm going to my style.css. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select my body tag. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the font family that I want to use for my design. So what is next? Maybe let me design this heading, because so according to the original design, this heading is in the center of the page, isn't it so? So to bring the heading towards the center of the page, what I'm going to do, I'm going to my HTML document. Where is the heading there? This is a heading with a class name called head. I'm going here. What is the name of the class? It's a head. Then I want to target that h1. So what is that one? So I want, maybe let's set the font size to 80 pixel. I want them to be displayed as a bold, so font weight is gonna be bold. Maybe text align, I want them to be displayed in the center of the page. Save and refresh the page there. Here we go. Now the heading is in the center of the page. So what is next? Let me style the container, because the container is the one. Next, let us style this container class. So let me copy the class name, put the dot in front, and this is the name of the class. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the display property as grid. I want them to be displayed as a grid. Then there is a next property that I'm going to use is grid template columns, because I want them to be displayed in the columns. This thing, I want them to be repeat for all the images that I'm gonna use. So initially I want them to be auto fit. Then min max property that I wanna set is maybe 200 pixel. This min max property, we usually use them for fixed frames. So this min max property that I'm going to use, the first argument is gonna be 200 pixel, maybe for each frame. Let me save and refresh so that you will see. You see now is displaying as a grid in a single line. Everything is displaying as a grid, but there is a no gap between each grid, isn't it so? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the property name called grid cap. So maybe let's say 25 pixels. Then I'm going to say maybe the maximum width. So what is the use of this max width property? Actually, it helps the browser to render the elements on a smaller devices like mobile devices. So let me say this one is gonna be maybe 2000 pixels. I'm sure that 2000 pixels it can work. Then the next one, what I'm going to do, this is for the whole container. So when you set the properties for the image, you will find the images will be fit into this particular container. I think that's okay. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to target the image. Now let me select this class image so that these images will be fit into that particular container. So I'm going to target this class name called image, put dot in front, paste them. So that image, maybe the background color for that image, I want, maybe let me use this color code. I want to use this RGB 230, 11. So it's gonna be the red in color. So that's the background of that image. Then the border radius, maybe let me set 15 pixel. Let me save and refresh my browser so that the background of that image is going to be red. So what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to target the actual image. So in order to target the actual image, I'm going to target this tag name called img. So let me copy and paste them here. That img is a tag, so you have to just use img. Then what I'm going to say, I want to set the width is equal to 100% of that particular container, and then the height of the image is going to be maybe, let's say, 280 pixel. Let me save and refresh. So what is the use of this width and height? So I'm trying to fit the image into this actual container size. So when I go to my browser, let me refresh. You see now the image was fit into that particular container. So there is a gaps here just because of the property that we used, grid gap is equals to 25 pixel. In case if I remove this property, what is gonna happen? Let me see. Refresh. Now there is a no gap between each of these images. To bring the gap between each of these images, because this is a grid, so we are going to use this property name called grid gap 25 pixel in order to bring the gap between each of these grid. I hope you understand. So now what is next? These icons is supposed to be displaying here in this position. When you look at the actual design, I'm sure that you can able to understand. As you can notice here, the images are displayed in the left side of that particular image. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to target the class name here for the icons. So this is a class name for the icons. So let me go and copy there. So icons is the class name, so put dot in front, and this is an icons. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the position. The position is going to be absolute. Then from there, margin, let me set negative, let's say 300 pixel. Let me save and refresh the browser, then we will see how it works. So refresh, it has gone top there, right? So instead of negative 300 pixel, let me say maybe 250, then we will see it has come down a bit. I want them to be maybe somewhere here, so let me reduce another 30, let's say 220 pixel. Let me go and refresh there. Okay, I think it's okay. So what I'm going to do next, maybe the background color, I want to set the background colors because there is a blue background color. In order to bring that background color, I'm going to set the property as background color. I'm going to use this color code. Actually, it's going to bring me this blue color. This is a color code actually. Then maybe the border radius, let me say 0 on top, 15 pixel on right. Maybe bottom I want them to be 15 pixel. Maybe left I want them to be 0. So let me save and refresh. Now I'm sure that you can able to see the background is blue in color, and there is this curve there just because I set 15 pixel each to right and bottom of this particular container. What is next? I want these things to be displayed in this direction. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do here, this is an icon. Let me copy, paste them here. So then from there, I want to target this anchor tag. So this is an icon class. From that icon class, I'm going to target the anchor tag. So here I'm going to write A. Maybe the position that I'm going to use them here is a relative. I want to set the display property to flex. Maybe the margin that I want to set them, maybe let's say 6 pixel. I don't want any text decoration. I want them to be none. Okay, let me save and refresh so that you will see what will happen. The direction has changed just because of the display property as flex. There is a margin there. So let me set some padding so that you will see the difference. Maybe let's say padding 6 pixel. Let me save and refresh the browser. Okay, now it looks better, but the icons is not being seen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the color of the icons. Let me say I want them to be in white in color. Let me refresh. I'm sure that now we can able to see the icons clearly just because of the background color. I'm sure that we have almost managed to bring the same things here. Maybe the other thing that I can say to say maybe the size of this icon. Maybe let's say font size to 14 pixel. Let me save and refresh. I think now it looks much better, like the way that you can see them in the actual document. So then from here, what is next? What I'm going to do, I'm going to my HTML document, just going to take this class for that icon. So here put dot in front. The name of the class is fab. So here I'm going to just set the line height maybe 35 pixel, maybe the width 20 pixel, the height maybe 25 pixel. I want them to be aligned in the center. Let me save and refresh so that you will see the line of these icons is going to be increased to 25%. Okay, exactly like the way that you can see them in the actual design. So what is next? The name of the person and the job description. So if you can notice here, they are towards the left side, so we want them to be displayed in the center of the page, and then we need to change the color of this font. So that one can be simple. So what we are going to do, I'm going to select the class name for that part. The class name is description. So let me just copy, put dot in front, paste them. So I want the text to be aligned center. Maybe the color, I want them to be maybe white. I think that's all right. So when you save, go and refresh. Here we go. Now their names and their job description is been aligned center of that particular image. Then another beauty of this profile card is, for example, here we have used a property name called max width here. 2000 pixel. So what is the use of this max width? I'm sure that I have already told you. It actually helps the browser to render the elements on a smaller devices like mobile devices. For example, what is going to happen now if I reduce the size of this browser, for example, let me reduce. You see, when I reduce the size, it can still fit. The rest of the images are down there. When I increase, you will see that image will go up there. When I increase, now all those 4 images in a single row. So that is a use of this property name called max width. When you use the property name called max width, it can help us to render the elements even on a smaller devices like mobile devices. I hope you understood. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel.